This is the XR4 8TB model. We'll look at what's in the box and the initial setup required for your rack mount RAID. Upon opening the carton, you'll see the country-specific power cord and the accessories box. We'll look at what's in the accessories box shortly. Now that the packaging has been removed, we'll look at the features. On the side here, you'll see a rubber tab. These cover over the rack mount brackets. There are also screw holes for rack mount rails. There are tabs on both sides of the unit. On the back side of the device, you'll see the internal power supply connection, the voltage selector switch, and 3 cooling fans. This is the RAID control switches and the full diagram of each of the settings here. Then you have the quad interface, eSATA, USB 3, FireWire 400, and 2 FireWire 800 ports. On the bottom here, you'll see we have 4 vents for each hard drive. This will help improve the airflow using the fans on the back. The next thing to note is these screw hole locations for the feet. More details on that later as well. Now we'll look at the accessories that come with the XR4. On top is a quick start guide. These are the keys that are used to lock the front panel of the XR4. These are the feet for the XR4 if you choose to use this as a desktop unit. These are the arms that go on the rack mount brackets, and these are the bracket mounts themselves. Then you have the USB 3 and eSATA cables, and you have the FireWire 800 and 400 cables. We'll look at setting up the desktop use first. The main thing to note when installing the feet is to locate the 4 screw hole locations that we previously pointed out. The rest is relatively simple. There you have it. It's ready for desktop use. We'll now look at installing the rack mount hardware. Before screwing the arms and the brackets together, it's good to note the position of the lines in the arm to ensure that when the brackets are installed, that they will be in the same location. Using the screw included with the arms, you'll want to go ahead and get it started before you start using a screwdriver. We want to reiterate taking note of the position of the arms before installing the brackets. Now that the arms are attached to the brackets, we're ready to install the bracket. Now that the appropriate hardware accessories have been installed for your use, we'll look at setting up the RAID. In our scenario, we've installed it in a rack mount configuration. To begin, you'll unlock the front panel. This will reveal the power button and the set button. Removing a hard drive is done by pulling on the lever above the drive. Since this is a trayless solution, the drive will slide right out. To reinstall it, simply put it back in its slot and ensure that it's pushed in all the way. Next, you'll want to move the RAID switches into the clear RAID. While holding the set button, press the power button. The unit will beep and flash its light, showing that it's turned on. It will beep and flash its lights a second time once the RAID mode has been changed. Once this has happened, turn off the XR4. Now move the RAID switches into the configuration you need. We'll set it to RAID 10. Repeating the same process, you will hold the set button and press the power button so the unit powers up. Once the RAID is finished setting up, you'll be ready to connect it to your system for formatting and use. For more information on the operation of the XR4, visit avastor.com/support.